As a last resort, the medical professionals here say early ventilation in certain circumstances has been working. And it certainly worked for Francisco Fonseca, who hopes that now that his health has come back, tourists will come back to Portugal as well and help him jumpstart his business.
Tourists are making a restaurants after a rigorous 3-month lockdown. Find customers again. Cyril Vanier with that report.
In 4 days, the Maître D at the Grand Véfour in central Paris is expecting customers, making sure all the waiters have their face masks on, and the tables are just so. This 2 Michelin star gem in the heart of the French capital, like all Paris restaurants, is scrambling to reopen after the French president declared the first phase of the coronavirus crisis over. Emmanuel Macron says France can return to its art de vivre.
Nous allons retrouver pour partie notre art de vivre.
French for enjoying the pleasures of life.
Un cabillaud, une sole, une canette. Combien de temps? 3 minutes. OK.
And so, Guy Martin, the revered chef of the Grand Véfour and one of the faces of French gastronomy, is back in the kitchen doing what he does best. Tweaking, finessing, perfecting his dishes. Here, pan-fried duckling fillet, acidulated cucumber, and a hint of Szechuan pepper.
Un peu fébrile, mais enfin...
There's some nervousness, admits the chef, but the team is as good as ever. A kitchen brigade of 20 people. That's more than 1 cook per patron.
Let's not kid ourselves. It's not possible to fully respect social distancing at all times in a kitchen, in any kitchen. But restaurants like the Véfour are better suited to it than most, because even before the coronavirus, they were already held to the highest professional standard.
Surfaces are cleaned repeatedly, each spoon discarded in the patrons to preserve an immaculate dining experience. But by all accounts, the reopening is a success. Ask a Michelin chef if he's happy with his food.
For the team, you say, okay, yes, but in my head, I said, Guy, I am not really satisfied at 100%.
The very best, it seems, never are.
With that, a quick break here on Corona Files. Coming up next, if you're going back to work anytime soon, we'll tell you what you need to do.
I long for that open road. Those just like that drives. I just can't wait. My city playlist. That drive to office and back. I just can't wait. The wind in my hair. Those weekend brunches. The neon lights. That roaring engine come alive. Just can't wait.
And safety that's nothing short of 5 stars. The gold standard in premium hatchbacks is here. Altroz, the gold standard.
खुश है ये आसमां ज़मीन हर तरफ छाए हैं हम ये ऐसी कूल है अपनी कहानी चिल करके जीनी जवानी चलने दे बस दिल की मनमानी I'm cool chill your bill I'm cool chill your bill I'm cool.
Presenting the all-new Harrier 2020 with panoramic sunroof, 6-speed automatic transmission, 170 PS Cryotech diesel engine. Experience the thrill of power and the comfort of automatic. Harrier 2020. Test drive now.
माँ भूख लगी, जल्दी प्लीज।
हाँ बेटा।
आज तो टंकी फुल चाहिए।
क्यों, कहाँ जा रहे हो?
वो कल बाइक रह लिया पापा।
आज मेरा वो मोती जिंदा होता ना तो दिखा देता।
पापा, आपका मोती फिर से जिंदा हो गया। और हाँ मम्मी, वो गणेश जी की फ्रेश रोटी, आज पापा लंबा दौड़ेंगे।
फ्रेश गणेश होल व्हीट चक्की आटा। फ्रेश स्टार्ट करना है तो फ्रेश खाना पड़ता है। गणेश आटा।
I long for that open road. Those just like that drives. I just can't wait. My city playlist. That drive to office and back. I just can't wait. The wind in my hair. Those weekend brunches. The neon lights. That roaring engine come alive. Just can't wait.
As offices are slowly reopening around the world, what can you do to keep yourself safe? CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta has some do's and don'ts.
If you can, it's probably always a better idea to take the stairs. But if you have to take an elevator, keep in mind this is going to be one of the higher risk situations. It's obviously a small space. It's indoors. Try and find an elevator that's not that crowded. Everyone should face in the same direction to reduce the spread of the virus. And use something like a pen to push the button. So it goes without saying, you want to think about every surface you touch. Just got to be thinking about this constantly. Doors will likely be propped open, so you don't have to touch the handles. Everyone's going to be disinfecting all their surfaces. This is going to be a very common thing. Also, thinking about where you're sitting and who's sitting next to you. You're going to want to leave space, obviously, this way, but also try not to sit directly across from someone. That's because you want to reduce the viral transfer. There was a single floor in South Korea, according to this one study, where 94 people got infected. That's what you're trying to avoid here. And by the way, this whole process I just described starts even before you come to work. Take your temperature at home, and if you have any symptoms, you should obviously stay there.
Offices have resumed, but parents aren't very keen on schools reopening. On Tuesday, the CBSE will reply in the Supreme Court on whether it is in a position to conduct the Class 12 board exams, which are slated to start from July 1st. Uday Rana getting us this report.
Class 12 students across India are waiting for the CBSE to take a final decision on the pending board exams. 8.5 lakh students will appear for the board exams between the 1st to the 15th of July across 12,000 centres. We gained access to a private school in Greater Noida where preparations are underway.
Some schools are going the extra mile, like this school in Greater Noida. They have set up these disinfecting tunnels. What this tunnel does is that it asks students to walk through them with sanitizer. So each and every student that comes in to take their board exams, and later when schools reopen, this method will be applied to students who come for regular classes as well. Distancing is maintained. What are schools doing to make sure that happens? You can see these little social distancing markers that have been put, these little squares that have been made on the floor. Schools across the National Capital Region are making all these arrangements to make sure that social distancing is made easier so that students can stand within these squares. And what happens when you enter your examination hall? When you enter
group and afternoon 3 hours for another group, or maybe there will be alternate timings. So we'll make sure that when they are in the ground, so they'll play the games where they'll not come closer to each other. They have to maintain the distance there. Of course, we have to teach them the techniques and the rules, but with that we have to make it sure that how we can keep the distance between them.
So contact sports will be limited?
Yeah.
The CBSE is expected to reply to the Supreme Court on Tuesday on whether they are equipped to handle the logistical challenge of these exams. Several state governments, including Delhi, have written to the centre asking them to scrap the exams altogether and grade students based on their pre-board scores. On the ground though, schools are not waiting for orders. With video journalist Rajan Saxena, this is Uday Singh Rana in Greater Noida for CNN News 18.
And finally, the pandemic, the lockdown and returning to normal life has been pretty hard. One TikTok user, though, is spreading cheer with his mimicry. Ronit Ashra and Ananya Pandey. We hope this video you're about to see makes you smile. Thanks very much for watching.
अगर कोई मुझे गिफ्ट करना चाहता है तो मैं रेडी हूँ गिफ्ट्स रिसीव करने के लिए. चॉकलेट्स प्लीज भेजिए, मुझे चॉकलेट्स बहुत पसंद है, मुझे रोजेस बहुत पसंद है, मुझे टेडी बेयर्स बहुत पसंद है, तो जो भी भेजना है भेजिए.
अच्छा, फिल्मों में तो आप दूसरों के फिक्स डिपॉजिट पे नजर रख रही हैं. पर्सनल आपका कोई अकाउंट खुला अभी तक के नहीं? ये आपके फैंस जानना चाहते हैं.
नहीं, अब मेरे डैड हैंडल कर रहे हैं मेरे अकाउंट्स. मेरे डैड हैंडल करते हैं और 1-2 साल के बाद मैं अपना ये बहुत ही.
आप थोड़ी देर और ऐसे बैठी रहे तो मक्खी की घुस जाएगी मुंह में.
आई हैव नथिंग टू से. मेरे एक्सप्रेशन से प्लीज समझ जाओ. हाउ कैसे हाउ
आई डोंट नो.
नो आइडिया.
या फेमस तेजस फॉर अ रीजन.
थैंक यू सो मच.
आपने देखी हाउसफुल 4?
जी मैंने 2 बार देखी. हाँ, बहुत मज़ा आया. लव हाउसफुल एंड इट वाज अ वेरी 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 फनी मूवी. और इतनी अच्छी मूवी थी, बिजनेस भी इतना अच्छा किया. एंड आई होप माय डैड्स एवरी मूवी इज बिगर एंड बेटर.
I long for that open road. Those just like that drives. I just can't wait. My city playlist. That drive to office and back. I just can't wait. The wind in my hair. Those weekend brunches. The neon lights. That roaring engine come alive. Just can't wait.
Performance that keeps raising the bar. And safety that's nothing short of 5 stars. The gold standard in premium hatchbacks is here. Altroz, the gold standard.
Beat sensitivity fast with Sensodyne Rapid Relief. Works in 60 seconds.
Presenting the all-new Harrier 2020 with panoramic sunroof, 6-speed automatic transmission, 170 PS Cryotech diesel engine. Experience the thrill of power and the comfort of automatic. Harrier 2020. Test drive now.
माँ भूख लगी, जल्दी प्लीज.
हाँ बेटा.
आज तो टंकी फुल चाहिए.
क्यों, कहाँ जा रहे हो?
वो कल बाइक रैली है पापा.
आज मेरा वो मोती जिंदा हो.
पापा, आपका मोती फिर से जिंदा हो गया. और हाँ मम्मी, वो गणेश जी की फ्रेश रोटी. आज पापा लंबा दौड़ेंगे.
फ्रेश गणेश होल व्हीट चक्की आटा. फ्रेश स्टार्ट करना है तो फ्रेश खाना पड़ता है. गणेश आटा.
I long for that open road. Those just like that drives. I just can't wait. My city playlist. That drive to office and back. I just can't wait. The wind in my hair. Those weekend brunches. The neon lights. That roaring engine come alive. Just can't wait.
हमारी सेना देश की रक्षा के लिए कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ रही। हमारी सेनाओं को देश की रक्षा के लिए जो करना है, हमारी सीमा में घुस आया है, न ही कोई घुसा हुआ है, न ही हमारी कोई पोस्ट किसी दूसरे के कब्जे में है।
It has been almost a week since 20 Indian soldiers were killed in clashes in the Galwan Valley, but the crisis of the line of actual control from both sides meeting to de-escalate the situation. At home, the political war refuses to die down, even after top political leaders rallied behind Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the all-party meeting after his call that India will defend every inch and every stone. The Congress is continuing the political offensive. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi tweeted targeting the Prime Minister, saying China killed our soldier Modi. Former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh also hit out at the centre, saying that China is using the Prime Minister's words against India, adding that disinformation cannot substitute diplomacy. The BJP was quick to hit back, accusing the Congress of demoralizing the troops and allowing China to take over large tracts of land when it was in power. China has refused to relent at the LAC, with diplomatic and military engagements struggling to de-escalate the crisis. But the political battle at home is also showing no signs of slowing down, with the Congress leading the charge for answers from the centre. Joining me now on the show, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Member of Parliament of the BJP, Sushmita Dev, Congress leader. Also on the show, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Member of Parliament of the Shiv Sena. Sudhanshu Trivedi, beginning with you, why should the statement of a former Prime Minister be dismissed with "What did you do during your tenure as Prime Minister?" like the phrase that has been used by BJP President, abject strategic and territorial surrender?
Actually, the statement of former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has given one clear categorical indication that the so-called youthful leadership of 50-year-old eternal youth of Indian politics, Sri Rahul Gandhi, he has failed. So now he has to take a refuge under 87-year-old former Prime Minister. And as far as Manmohan Singh ji is concerned, it is very clear. He himself has said at the time of the book launch of former President Sri Pranab Mukherjee ji that he was instructed to do so, been asked to do so. Though on this issue, when it is a very serious, but still I would like to say one thing. सीरियस है फिर भी एक लाइन बोलना चाहता हूँ. मनमोहन सिंह जी की तो स्थिति है कि वो पीता नहीं, वो पिलाई गई. Now coming to the content of that thing, Manmohan Singh ji remained 10 years the Prime Minister of this country, which other than Nehru and Indira, nobody has remained. Modi ji 6 years is there, and Atal ji, such a tallest leader, remained for 6 years. And for 5 years as Finance Minister, he remained in the Cabinet Committee of Security. So instead of saying this, he should have said that I know that this and this area is the part of India Defence Ministry. He should come out categorically.
So you're talking about constructive suggestion. Constructive suggestion. That's what you're suggesting.
One sentence more. If any regional party or some newly formed party which is new to Indian politics, like Aam Aadmi Party, etc., might have raised this question, then I could have accepted. But the party which has directly ruled for 56 years and knows all the intricacies and even the entire 62 to 67 to 87 and then 2013 clashes during their rule itself, instead of talking precisely, they are trying to beat the bush or trying to give a cover fire to what Rahul Gandhi is doing.
Okay. Let me ask that question to Sushmita Dev. Sushmita Dev, opposition is also about constructive suggestion. Rahul Gandhi has called Prime Minister surrender Modi. He has been taking to Twitter every day to target the government. After the all-party meeting, we also saw that your allies, your own allies, stood with the government. I'm asking you a question. Is the Congress party, is Rahul Gandhi seeing this as a political opportunity?
See, Maria, let me tell you something.
every single party stood with the government and said take a decisive action in the all-party meeting. We all said we stand with the army, and we keep saying it again and again.
We'll try and fix that.
I think he's come for the wrong debate is what I felt. See, it's extremely important in times of crisis for people like Dr. Manmohan Singh, who's been the former Prime Minister, who's led the country, to speak truth to power. He's talking about the death, about the martyring of so many soldiers. He's talking about decisive action. He's talking about talking about discussion. How can any reasonable person say that any Dr. Manmohan Singh has said in his statement is impractical? It's not. I'm proud of Dr. Manmohan Singh that he speaks truth to power. That's the need of the hour.
Yes.
If Prime Minister Modi has spoken this factual situation, if he had given an all-party meeting, all these questions would never come up. And it's very sad because he's not Narendra Modi, he's India's Prime Minister. We expect our Prime Minister to speak the truth, to come clean and to fight back decisively.
I'm going to ask specifically about Dr. Manmohan Singh's statement. When it has, the point being made by the BJP here is that because he has been part of the CCS, he has been part of CCS for good 10 years, shouldn't he be coming up with suggestions that can help the government, de-escalate this crisis? Priyanka, note, from Mamata Banerjee to Mayawati to Sharad Pawar to Uddhav Thackeray, none have used this moment to settle political scores. Where do you think the opposition consensus could not be achieved?
No, Maria, we need to understand one thing. India is a democracy, and in a democracy, there are going to be voices of representatives who have been elected to the parliament, even if they happen to be in the opposition, and the opposition could have some questions. Like even we had asked some questions with regards to what the status quo is on ground. Where does India stand? And you would understand that for past 2 months, we were getting an answer which said, there has been no intrusion. There is nothing happening at the border. All the satellite images that are coming from other sources are incorrect, and there is no intrusion. But then we have 20 of our army men martyred at the border. And suddenly we have this clamor for an all-party meeting, something that could have been achieved much earlier, a consensus arrived at much earlier, and suggestions, constructive suggestions taken much earlier. However, the all-party meeting happened, and we totally stand with the government. We totally stand with whatever decision they do take. But the point here is that besides the Galwan Valley, where the Prime Minister came and then said, and then he had to clarify, re-clarify, and China using his own video clip to make it viral, to say that India intruded into its side of the LAC, which is absolutely incorrect. So those are some questions which I personally feel that the government could have better handled. However, at this point in time, I again continue to say that it can be, these are some questions that can be answered when the Defence Parliamentary Committee panel meets, and these are questions that could be answered then. At this point in time, we need to show total support to the government of India. However, we must also remember that there is an autocracy there, and they cannot even dare to question their government. It is so unfortunate that we do not even, the people died. Intelligence sources, the army men. So that just goes on to show